Hi students, so this is a revision video for all the students who are now preparing for their final exams in class 8. So let's start with the first chapter. So the first chapter is rational numbers. Okay, so in rational numbers chapter, the important things to learn before going for the exam is first thing is the closure property. So what is the meaning of closure property? So let's say we take two rational numbers a and b. So if we add these two rational numbers, again we get another rational number. So this sign basically means belongs to. So let's take 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3. So what's the answer? So we are going to add the numerators 2 plus 1 divided by 3 since we have the denominators same. So this is going to be 3 by 3, otherwise 1 by 1. So this is again a rational number. So we can say the closure property is satisfied. Okay, so this is not applicable just for addition. For example, a plus b belongs to the rational numbers. A minus b also belongs to rational numbers, as well as a times b also belongs to the rational number. So this is the meaning of closure property. So the question will be verify the closure property. Verify closure property. For example, take an example to verify the closure property under addition. So what you have to do is take two examples. For example, 4 by 7 and take another rational number, for example, 3 by 7. So what's the final answer? That's going to be 7 by 7, which is equal to 1 by 1, which is again a rational number. Now, what if the question is to verify the closure property under multiplication? So you have to take two rational numbers, for example, 2 by 6, and multiply with another rational number, which is 3 by 9. Okay, so the final answer is going to be, we can cancel these 3 and 6. This will be 2 here. So 2 by 2 will be 1 times 1 by 9, otherwise 1 by 9. So 1 by 9 also belongs to the rational number. So we can say the closure property is satisfied. Closure property is satisfied under multiplication. Under multiplication. Okay, so this is the first property, that is closure property. So in simple words, we can write if a comma b belongs to the rational numbers, then a plus b belongs to the rational numbers. Otherwise, a minus b also belongs to rational numbers. Otherwise, a times b also belongs to the rational numbers. So this is the first property, that is closure property. Let's take the next property, that is commutative property. What is the meaning of commutative property? So if I take two rational numbers, a comma b belongs to the rational numbers, and a plus b is equal to b plus a. Similarly, a times b is equal to b times a. Let's take an example. Suppose I am going to take 2 by 7 plus 1 by 3. So these two are rational numbers, yes? Yes or no? Okay, so how am I going to solve this question? Since the denominators are different, I am going to take the LCM. Otherwise, I am going to cross multiply this one. So 2 times 3 plus 1 times 7 divided by 7 times 3. Okay, so what's the final answer? This will be 6 plus 7 divided by 21. 6 plus 7 divided by 21, which is equal to, what is 6 plus 7? 13 divided by 21. So this will be the final answer. Okay. Now, what is commutative property telling us? If I add a plus b, this will be equal to b plus a. So that means if I add 2 by 7 plus 1 by 3, this is going to be equal to 1 by 3 plus 2 by 7. Okay, let's verify that also. So I'm going to take this part, 1 by 3 plus 2 by 7. So again I'm going to do 1 times 7 plus 2, 7 plus 2 times 3 divided by 3 times 7. This is going to be 7 plus 6 divided by 21. Again my answer is going to be 13 divided by 21. So what is commutative property? If I add a plus b, this is going to be equal to b plus a. Similarly, a times b is equal to b times a. So let's take a simple example, 2 by 1 into 3 by 1. What is the answer? That is going to be 6 by 1. So if I take 3 by 1 into 2 by 1, again this is going to be giving me 6 by 1. Okay, so a times b is equal to b times a. So this is the commutative property. Now the next property is, associative property. Associative property. So what is the meaning of associative property? A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. So I'm going to take two simple examples. Okay. So I'm going to add 2 plus 3 plus 7. Okay, so what will be the answer here? 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 7 is going to give me 12. Okay, now I'm going to look this side. Okay, 2 plus 3 plus 7. So first I'm going to add 3 plus 7. So that's going to give me the answer 10. Now I'm going to add 2 plus 10. That's again going to give me 12. So I'm going to take simple examples. So for the exam, you have to take these A, B, C from the rational numbers. Okay, just take like 2 by 7, 3 by 2 or 4 by 3, something like this. Okay, so this is associative property. A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. So either you add these two numbers first or then add with the third number, or first add second and third number then add it with the first number. You are going to get the same answer. Okay, now the last property, important property from this chapter is the distributive property. The distributive property. So what is distributive property? We are going to use two operations. One is multiplication, the other one is addition. So here A times B plus C. So here I am going to use multiplication, here I am using addition. So A times B plus C is equal to AB plus AC. So I am going to open this bracket. This is going to be A times B plus. Then again multiply with this last term A times C. So, A times B plus C is equal to AB plus AC. So, this is the distributive property. So, in this chapter, the four properties which you have to learn is the closure property, the commutative property, and the associative property, and the distributive property. So, important topics is the additive inverse. The additive inverse. So here, additive inverse of A is equal to minus A. For example, what is the meaning of additive inverse? I am going to take two numbers, for example A and another number such that their sum should be equal to 0. So what should I add with A to get 0? That should be minus A. Yes or no? So the additive inverse of A is equal to minus A. So for example, if I am taking 7, what is the additive inverse? 7 plus minus 7 gives us 0. So the additive inverse of 7, additive inverse of 7 is equal to minus 7. Similarly, if I am taking minus 2, what will be the additive inverse? So additive inverse is going to be 2 because minus 2 plus 2 is going to give me 0. Clear students? So whenever you have a number, for example 8 by 7, what will be the additive inverse? The additive inverse is going to be minus 8 by 7. Okay, let's take two more examples. The first one is minus 3 by 2. What will be the additive inverse? The additive inverse, I'm just simply going to write AI. Okay, additive inverse is going to be 3 by 2 because the reason is if I add minus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2, I'm going to get the answer 0. Is this clear, students? Okay, so the next topic is a multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. Of A is equal to 1 by A for A not equal to 0. Okay, let's take some examples. So what is the meaning of multiplicative inverse? If I multiply A with any number, I should get 1. So what should I multiply with A? I should multiply 1 by A so that these two will be cancelled and my answer will be 1. Okay, so for example, I am going to take 2. What will be the multiplicative inverse? 2's multiplicative inverse will be 1 by 2. So that if I multiply these two numbers, I will get 1. So these are few examples. So 2's multiplicative inverse, I am going to simply write multiplicative inverse as mi. This is going to be 1 by 2. This is going to be 1 by 2. Okay, what will be the multiplicative inverse of minus 2 then? So the multiplicative inverse of minus 2 will be minus 1 by 2. Let's check if this is correct or not. Minus 2 multiplied with minus 1 by 2. So I'm going to cancel these two. Minus times minus, negative multiplied with negative is going to give me positive. So this is going to give me 1 here. Clear, students? So whenever we have a negative number, no matter it is a negative number or positive number, we just have to take the reciprocal. Take the reciprocal. So minus 2's multiplicative inverse will be minus 1 by 2. Okay. So minus 7 by 8. What will be the multiplicative inverse? The multiplicative inverse will be equal to minus 8 by 7. Okay, don't change the sign. If it is a negative number, that will be negative, just take the reciprocal. Numerator and denominator will be changed. Okay, so let's say minus 7 by 8 multiplied by minus 8 by 7. So this is going to give you again 1. Okay, so students, multiplicative inverse of a is 1 by a, where a is not equal to 0. Okay, so these are the important topics which you have to learn in this chapter. So in the next video, I am going to do a similar revision of the next chapter, exponents and powers. So let's do a small revision again. For the rational numbers, the first property you have to understand is the closure property. And the questions will be to verify the closure property. Second question is the commutative property. Second question is a commutative property. So third will be associative property, distributive property, and then two important topics. One is the additive inverse and the other one is the multiplicative inverse. Okay, so before going, I just want to take you through few more questions. So how are you going to add 1 by 2 plus 3 by 7, students? So what you have to check first is check if the denominators are same or not. If the denominators are not same, take the LCM of 2 and the 7, that is the denominator. This is going to be 14. So what should I do? I have to multiply or make the denominator 14. I have to make the denominator 14. So I'm going to multiply the denominator with 7. So whatever I'm doing with the denominator, I have to do the same with the numerator. Clear? Plus, for 3 by 7, again I have to change the denominator to 14. So I am going to multiply it with 2. Whatever I am doing with the denominator, I am going to do the same with the numerator. Clear, students? Okay, so what will be this term? This term will be 7 by 14 plus this term is going to be 6 by 14. Okay, now we have the same denominator. So what we can do? We can just simply add the numerators here. Okay, what is 7 plus 6? 7 plus 6 is equal to 13 divided by 14. So this will be the final answer. Okay, so for example, 1 by 2 multiplied by 3 by 7. What are you going to do? So in place of multiplication, whenever you have to multiply, don't look for the denominators. Okay, even if the denominators are different, no problem. You can multiply the numerator 1 by 3 divided by 2 by 7. So the final answer is going to be 3 by 14. You can't simplify this further, so just leave it as 3 by 14. On the other hand, when you have 1 by 7 multiplied by 14 by 2. So here what you can do is, you can see here 1 times 14 divided by 7 times 2 is equal to 14 by 14, which is equal to 1 by 1 or 1. Otherwise, you can simply in one step itself you can cancel these two terms from the numerator and denominator. 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14. 2 and 2 will get cancelled, so the final answer is going to be 1. So these are the simple questions which you have to remember for your exam, and especially when you are learning the chapter rational numbers.